Well, hello. These are the parish announcements for the Tomorrow River Lutheran Parish for the second Sunday after Pentecost. That falls on June 6th this year, 2021. Thank you for joining us. We are delighted to be able to offer 3 in-person worship services, 2 of them indoors. So 8:30 indoors at Peace, 9:30 outdoors at Nelsonville, bring your own lawn chair, and 10:15 indoors at Nelsonville. We don't need you to sign up in advance for any of them. It helps us if you pre-register because the Constitution says we're supposed to keep track of who's coming to worship and who's partaking of the sacraments. So it helps us, but it's not required. There's no attendance caps. If you don't feel like pre-registering, don't. Just come. For those of you who've been vaccinated, you're free to mask or not mask as you see fit, to distance or not distance as you see fit. That's our current understanding of the guidance from the CDC. We do continue to ask unvaccinated people who are unvaccinated for whatever reason to continue to mask and to distance. First, because full-on church is just dangerous for you. We don't want you to get sick. But there are also some vulnerable people in our midst to whom you present some danger. We have kids under 12 who have been unable to get vaccinated yet. There just is no approved vaccination for those kids. We have some people who are medically unable to be vaccinated, and we have some people who have underlying medical conditions so that even though they were vaccinated, their body hasn't produced antibodies against COVID, and they're pretty vulnerable. So this has never been political for us. This is not about allegiance to or reaction against any political figure. It's not about membership in or a reaction against any political party. This is about Christian love and charity. That as we're commanded, we bind our freedom voluntarily for the sake of those around us, for the sake of the weak around us, and we are glad to have you in our community, and we just ask that you continue to live up to the highest ideals of that community. So you're making a decision that seems right to you. I want to honor that, but I'm going to ask that you continue to protect the weak around you. So there it is, 3 opportunities to get together, plus the online offerings. There is a restoration of all the things that we've lost that is happening, and thanks be to God for that. All right, the prayer list has a few additional names on it. We now have 4 families in the initial stages of grief and loss. You are aware that we have been praying for Virginia's family and Myron's family. We need to add to that David's family. This is Chris Barnes' dad. And Betty's family. This is Elaine Anderson's sister. So may God bless their memory in our midst. May God welcome them into the kingdom of light. And may we do as we ought as brother and sister Christians and care for those who are still here, still living by faith and not by sight. So I want to commend all those people to you. I also want to invite you to join the Andersons in praying for the person and the family who a year from now will have some sort of accident or will die of some sort of disease. And the family will make the incredibly noble and generous decision to share that person's eyes with Pastor Gretchen, who needs new cornea. So it's a strange thing knowing that this is coming and knowing what it means to someone somewhere, one of our fellow citizens. And if you would join us in praying for that person and that family, I would be grateful for that indeed. We have a member who is hospitalized, who is now out of the hospital, doesn't want any fuss, doesn't want a name given, but God knows who you're praying for, that the recovery will continue and that it will be uneventful. We have all the names that you have seen in the past, people for whom we are praying over time, and I do commend them to you still. All right. The United Way of Portage County is running a diaper drive. Diapers are one of the things that are most frequently requested in homeless shelters and in programs that reach out and work with some of our most economically vulnerable neighbors. So if you're out and about and you see disposable diapers on sale, I know that There are some of you who think that disposable diapers are a problem, not a solution, but this is what is needed. People who are very, very poor, people who are homeless, they can't wash cloth diapers. People who are scraping together enough money for childcare so they can work, most childcare centers won't accept cloth diapers. They want disposable diapers. So grab disposable diapers of any and all sizes. Bring them into Peace, bring them into Nelsonville. We will get them to the United Way. If you can't face Walmart, and who could blame you for that, you're welcome to make a financial donation. You can either make it out to one of the churches and just put on the memo line, this is for the United Way Diaper Drive, or you can write the check to the United Way, put Diaper Drive on the memo line, and we'll make sure that it gets where it needs to go. So that's happening through Father's Day. We've got a little bit of time on that. Crossways Summer Camp registration is open. You go to crosswayscamps.org. There is money in both churches to help send kids to camp. Nelsonville members talk to Grandma Anita. Peace members call the church office, call me. We still have money in both churches, and we would be glad to help your kid get to camp. Women in both congregations, I think it's all women. Women in both congregations are working on the Lutheran World Relief Care Kits, and so if God puts that on your heart, for education kits, for baby kits, for personal care kits, there's instructions on the website about how to make those. Now, again, remember, zero creativity, please. Do it exactly the way that it's laid out. They don't want to have fights in refugee camps because some kits are better than other kits. We want them all to be exactly the same. If you can't be robotic, if you have to exercise your creativity, then just bring us the parts of kits. Be as creative as you want, and we will assemble them robotically here. We'll have people like me with low creativity and high compliance put these kits together, and we do good all around the world. It is a holy endeavor to do these kits. The quilting groups are always looking for fabric. If you have questions about that, call the church office, but any big piece of fabric you find, they would be delighted to turn that into a quilt that will protect someone in a refugee camp or someone fleeing from war or famine or pestilence somewhere around the world. Track is open, our food shelf. It is open, it is well stocked, and it would be our honor to care for you or your neighbor. It's open on Monday mornings and Thursday afternoons, evenings, and by appointment. So please, know that we would love to meet your needs, and there is no reason for you or those you love to be hungry during this time. The rest of the announcements are printed below this video. There's nothing there that's earth-shattering. I do thank you for your continued support of the congregations. I thank you for your prayers for me and for Pastor Gretchen, and for all the ways that you are living into the role that Christ has called you to, the behaviors and the kindnesses and the generosities and the forgiveness and the mercy and the grace and the love, all those things that Jesus has for you, that you are learning to embrace, that you are learning to make part of who you are as you move through the world. So thank you for all of that. I look forward to seeing you in worship. I wish you God's grace and peace, and I hope I see you soon. Thanks. Bye.